Okay, so I'm gonna be playing No Major Glitches, which is probably my favorite category in this game. No, actually I run two categories, but this is a really fun category, relying basically only on movement optimizations, so it's pretty cool. I'm gonna be doing a countdown. Also, I gotta apologize for my... I'm a little bit sick. I got a cold the other day, so my voice is a little bit stuffy. So, yeah, I'm gonna be starting in 3, 2, 1, and let's go! So, the main focus of this category is doing something called extendo, which I'm gonna be trying to explain here. If I can hit the first one. Okay, I got it. So, the purpose of an extendo is you press Y before hitting an enemy, and then you release also before hitting the same enemy. And the game kind of stores your speed. You kind of... you get it to use later. So when you repress Y, you get a further distance than you would from a normal roll. So we can use that a lot in this game. Even to skip some sections, it's pretty cool. Yeah, for those who are not familiar with the KC, the main movement tech is rolling. Thanks for everyone for the good luck, by the way. Rolling is about 10 frames faster than running. So every roll that I do full, I save 10 frames overall. Also, we can skip a lot of enemies by rolling on the correct spots. Also, I'm doing something called fanfare skip. Every time I beat a level, I mash any button. So the game will stop the little dance that Diddy does. And I can save time. I save like over a minute with all the fanfare skips. So here I'm gonna be attempting another extendo. There we go. So what I did, I pressed Y on the first snake, I released before the second, and I repressed later, so I can get more distance than I would usually get. The first few stages are really short, it's hard to explain the game while playing. They're actually really quick stages. And we have a water stage right away. Other stages in this game are kinda weird, because in the other two games of the franchise, you have to hold Y to swim faster, but not in this game. This game that doesn't exist. Oh, unfortunate. It's really hard to dodge that guy and not lose my fish. Yeah, we wanna keep Engard, which is the swordfish, as much as possible. He's really fast underwater. And he can swim or hit enemies with his attack. Sometimes it's really hard to keep him though. Some stages later in the game are really difficult not to lose him. But I'm gonna be trying my best. And that's the first water stage, it was not bad at all. Now for the stage we barely play. Just have a lot of barrels on top of the stage that we can use to skip most of it. I just gotta be careful here. I'm gonna be hitting an extendo, and I'm gonna be quiet for a second. Okay, there we go. I need to be careful to not kill that guy that I just bounced on, as if I kill him, I cannot reach the barrel anymore. So I have to either play the stage normally or die and try again. Which is kind of punishing. I gotta explain why would I do the first boss, since it's really simple. I can explain what is no major glitches. There are some tricks in this game that are frame perfect, called jump rolls and super jump rolls. Also map warp. There's like a few tricks in this game that save a lot of time, but they are a heavy glitch, so we ban those tricks in this category. So we focus the whole optimization is on movements. Here was another extendo, but I messed up. But it's fine. This is another stage that's just like showing the layout for the player. so it's really short overall. Just a couple rolls and we're done. And unlike the other two games from the franchise, or from the trilogy, oh boy. Okay, that's a marathon classic. I gotta lose a life here real quick. So there's a not a checkpoint, but a shortcut that we can grab here. But I jumped too early and grabbed the barrel, so I was stuck on the cart. It usually happens on marathons, I swear. So now we don't have to play the stage. As I was saying, the warps and I'm having trouble remembering the word. I don't know why checkpoint comes to my mind every time. But the shortcuts of the stages, they are not linear like the second game and the third game. They are spread out, or like in whatever manner they wanted to. So there's a couple of stages on the fifth world that have a warp. Oh, this is unfortunate. I'm gonna be quiet for a moment so I don't die here. This is a really cool stage with Diddy, but I messed up and lost him. It's fine. Just be careful here. So there's a lot of warps spread out through the game, and I'm gonna be using all of them. Because we can use warps in here. We just can't use glitches. Here's another one. It's just go back. Pretty easy. This stage is really cool on other categories, but with the shortcut it's very easy. This is a very tricky stage in this category. Usually you can perform a jump roll, or a super jump actually. Okay, there we go. To reach a warp that's DK only, but in this category we gotta grab this tire. And pushing this tire over the gap is really tricky. There's a lot of frames that can just make the tire fall, and you have to die and try again. So I have a consistent setup for it. Yeah, about that, I need to mention. Oh, I didn't mean to take damage here, but it's fine. I gotta mention that there's a saying in the DKC community: if you're a donkey, you're dead. That's what we usually say about it. Because donkey is really almost useless in this game. He is really. Oh, this was the second boss, by the way. Bosses in this game aren't very creative. We only use Donkey for the Donkey only warps, and there's one in this stage, so I'm gonna be using him again. But overall, it's like he's really slow. He's kind of like have a large hitbox. We don't want to use Donkey at all for movements. I'm gonna be keeping him just in case for safety. Okay, so I messed up there. I jumped too late. There we go. There's an invisible, no, not invisible, but almost hidden tire up there that we can reach with the jump, with the bounce. Sometimes it's kind of tricky. Many things in this game are tricky, as I keep saying. This is another stage that has a super jump roll, which is an interesting trick that we will not be doing. This has a major glitch almost, but it's not really major. We can go out of bounds in this stage. Sorry about the cat. Cat is being needy. There's a trick you can do to jump above the rope, like this. And you can kind of store height, so you can jump from one rope to another. And this is not a major glitch. It's almost a major glitch, but it's really nuts. There we go. We can skip a couple of sections, it's not a huge time save. There's another one that was found recently, but I haven't learned it yet. It uses the birds in the final part of the stage. We can dispound the rope and jump on these birds to finish the stage quicker, but it's risky. Oh. Okay, nobody saw that. It was a little accident. If I can pull this off again. There we go. If you don't mash fast enough, the Diddy will fall off the rope before he reaches the other one. It's kind of tricky. Grab the balloon just for memes. Gonna be extra safe here, since we're on Donkey. So there's another mechanic that I need to explain. We're gonna be using a lot, which is tire rolls. There are tires in this game and they behave in a weird way, but we can kinda abuse that and roll on them, which saves frames every time. Here's another example of an extendo, and here's another one. These are really cool extendos. These are like the basic ones that you learn when we start the speed game. If you can do these couple extendos, you can do most of them. Some of them are tighter, some are easier. Here's a big one that I'm going to be trying to do. Okay. Oh, I jumped too late. The good thing is that these deaths are really quick. No big deal. Try again. There we go. So there's an example of a tire roll. You gotta land like on the very edge of the tire to be able to roll. Here's a fun stage that you usually don't see on our stages, as you usually skip this with map warp. There's an extendo to reach that tree. Now this is the first time we see the ostrich. Gonna be focusing to not lose her here. A fun animal buddy, but it's hard to use because any damage you take, you just get launched forward, and you can easily lose a lot of time or get thrown into a pit or something. So another fast stage. This is the second water stage. Similar to the first one, we're going to be grabbing Ingard, or Eduardo as we usually call him, and we're going to be trying to not lose him throughout the stage. Oh, spoke too soon. Okay. He's back. Oh man, come on, guard. This is something that usually happens. You go into a snowball effect. You lose him once, and then you keep losing him, as you're not used to the cycles. It's fine. As I said. Fine. There we go. I dismounted a little bit too late there, but the final section was kind of clean. Here I'm gonna be doing a safe strat, just for the first hit. This boss is really like easier if I hit him while he's on the top of the screen on the first hit. It's kind of tricky to do with BD, so I use Donkey for safety. Now the cycle is on my favor. I can just count the swings and jump. There we go. Now on to the fourth world of the KC. Here's where the stages start to get harder. Starting with the snow stage. There's a couple of tricky rolls, like that one I just did over the pits. If you roll before landing, you're gonna just fall. It's what we call buffer. And here's another trick that's cool. You can use the ledge to... Oh, I messed up. You can use the ledge to gain a lot of heights. Oh, these barrels are... I'm not used to these barrels. Usually I skip those. Here's another cool extendo. We reach this barrel. Then we launch upright instead of up, or instead of right. Oh no, I missed the barrel! No! Okay, I'm gonna be doing a safer version of that. I got it on practice a lot yesterday, but it's off-screen movement, so it's always tricky. Okay, there we go. There's a hidden barrel down there. Usually we try to jump close to it, but I guess I jumped above it and missed. It's fine. Another quick death. Okay, here's another time we're gonna use the out of bounds glitch. I'm gonna be using this guy to climb this rope, and then just go out of bounds and reach the barrel. You don't need to go out of bounds. Donkey can reach that barrel. Oops, that's fine. But it's just faster to go out of bounds. Now, this is a hard climb. The rope pushes you downward, so it's difficult to climb optimally. Now a really cool stage, kind of punishing too. We're gonna be using our cool animal buddy again. Gotta be really careful to not lose him. I'm gonna be quiet a little bit, just focusing on the stage. We just like fly above everything pretty much. Oh, I went to heights. There we go. That was pretty clean. I had to backtrack a couple times just to be safe. It was not bad. And now we have the infamous Scraptopus Chase. For those of us who are familiar with the speedrun, they know what I'm talking about. This stage is very, very long. And it's very... I'm not gonna say boring, but it's not the most active stage. Ironically, is one of the stages that we lose the most time over top runners. We, as in like newer runners. I'm not super familiar with this game, and I haven't run it a lot overall. But if you do a lot of clean corner cuts, you can save like 5 seconds, 6 seconds in this game, in this stage easily. First you need to like remember the whole stage and find visual cues to do the clean corner cuts. So it's difficult. I'm gonna be letting you guys enjoy the music while I swim through. Yeah, the music helps for sure. There's something called pianoless that many runners consider to be a good audio cue for this stage. When you reach the end of the stage, if you beat it without hearing the little piano keys, it means you had a good stage. We're gonna be hearing like a few piano keys for sure. It's really difficult to get pianoless, but it's like a metric to see how good you were on the stage. I probably lost like 5 or 6 seconds here bonking around and messing up the movement, but it was pretty okay. I didn't forget the stage at least. Now a very dark stage. Oh, that's unfortunate. No, okay. Guess it's better to die and grab Diddy than to try to do the stage with Donkey. I was gonna say this is more easier than it looks, but then I mess up, so I can't say that anymore. Okay, try to focus a little bit on the stage. Well, the flames, they don't have a very clear hitbox. The hitbox is very like, in the middle of the thing. Okay, that's fine. The final part with Donkey is okay. Oh, never mind. Now we're gonna be seeing the actual animal buddy that we can use. We shouldn't have to use him, but he's forced in the midway. But it's really unfortunate because he lags a lot in my game, messing up this jump. Okay, we're fine now. He helps with the light, but he lags a lot the game. Unfortunate. Just one of those snowball effects that you mess up once, it's kinda out of your game. And this is my favorite stage in the game to play in this category. There's a lot of tire rolls, a lot of very cool tricks I'm showing. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the ride. Okay, unfortunate. I'm not gonna be able to show the cool trick here, but it's fine. I got most of the stage. Unfortunately, this last part we have to wait, no matter what. There we go. That's pretty good. Besides losing Diddy. Okay, so in this boss you can actually jump on top of the stage. And now we're gonna damage boost to skip the last cycle. There we go. You can jump on top of the stage and hit him as soon as possible, but it's another tricky thing. They removed the one frame flash when you turn. Oh, that's really helpful. I didn't know that. Yeah, the flash is annoying. And now on the 5th word, so I'm gonna be grabbing Donkey just for safety, and this word is probably the most difficult, if not for the 6th word. We'll see. This word has a lot of really good stages. As you guys can see, I'm doing a lot of movement tech, like rolling on the edge of barrels, doing extendos and stuff, like another extendo here. Okay, I missed this one, but it's fine. That one is kind of tricky. I need to stop saying tricky. Everything is tricky. And here we jump on the sprox to take the cycle. Now a really cool extendo here. Finish the stage. Oh, fine. Let's just wait. That was the last roll. But it happens. Here's another hidden barrel. Maybe I should... actually, I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna be grabbing Diddy. Because I don't like to start a level with Donkey. I'm gonna be grabbing Diddy here real quick. Then start selecting. Because this level is difficult. And with Diddy we can go a lot faster. Oh. Okay. I had to be careful on that can that spawned the enemies. Oh, we're grabbing a bonus, by the way, to launch us further into stage. Because if you roll on the edge of that little can or barrel, you're gonna grab the rope, and then the game will suck you back into the rope, and you just die. You gotta be really careful. You respawn the platforms, go back, climb it. We do a little extendo here. Now we're gonna do a camera trick. Oh. Oh, not anymore. Did I dispawn? Oh, I did dispawn them. Okay, that was a mistake. I should have just waited for the thing. Should have waited for the next platform. Fine, do it again. This I'll be able to show the camera movements, the camera witchery. So we're gonna be facing left here to a certain point. We can try to do this. No. Oh wait. No problem. So we had to cut the corner with that bee really tightly, so we wouldn't hit him, and we also would skip an elevator cycle. Okay, so this is one of the hardest stages to learn optimally. Okay, let's grab the fish first. I was gonna grab Diddy first because I thought he was near. It's further than I thought. No, my fish. Hello, fish. Okay. Back to normal now. So we have these mincers, these, I don't know, tires with spikes, and they are really mean to our fish. We just can't hit them at all. We can hit through them and ignore them, but some of them are really hard to do, like that. That one is kind of easy, but some of them are not. Here we wait a cycle. There's a triple clip that we call here, but I'm not going to be doing it. Not familiar. Just going to be doing this clip here. Oh, never mind. I still have my fish. Pressed slightly too early. It's fine. Also, I'm going to be waiting here because I can't afford to lose my fish. It's only donkey in this part. There we go. Not that bad, not that bad. Yeah, the platforms on the platform parallel stage, or not platform parallel, sorry, the elevator stage, they are not on a global cycle. They appear when you spawn them on camera. So that's why we would be able to skip a cycle there, because we can make them appear a little bit later and then jump in the correct spot. They only appear when you are... Most things in this game, or in the whole trilogy, they are camera based. They only spawn on a certain distance of your camera. It's very rare to have something global in this game, overall. So this is a little kart stage. that we can't skip. There is a very cool trick that you can roll in the air. Unfortunately, it's not allowed for this category, so you gotta play the stage normally. We have a little optimizations to do, like rolling into the carts. There's another one here, I could jump up under the bee, but a little bit risky. There we go. Now for the hardest stage in this world, I would say. This is Blackout Basements, also known as Bob. This is, we just spoke about global cycles, and this is the first one of them. The light in this stage are on a global cycle, or is in a global cycle. Oh. I wasn't sure I was close enough to that. Unfortunately. The light in the stage is on a global cycle, so you gotta be really careful with the movements. I'm gonna be grabbing midway just in case. We can do a couple extendos here. We know where every enemy is. Grab the rope just for safety. Okay, that was pretty good, despite the death. We know where every enemy is, so we can roll around them pretty easily. This is Drum, a very easy boss. Just slams the ground one more time after every cycle, and then he spawns a bunch of enemies and we just gotta bounce on them. Usually I would kill Diddy here, because it's faster than swapping, but I want to have Diddy for the next... I just don't want to risk dying, because these guys are only bounceable by Donkey. This is another cool thing we can do with Donkey, is the slap slide. If we press... I jumped too early. It's fine. And that's Word 5. If we jump or press a diagonal and Y all in the same frame, we can do a slap and then slide at the same time. It's pretty funny. It doesn't have any uses though. And this is Tank That Trouble. This is probably the most hated stage in the game for a few reasons. If you're playing no major glitches or no major skips category, you gotta play the whole stage, which is not a scroller, not very interesting. There's only a couple optimizations, and if you're playing all stages or any other category, there's 2 jump rolls that you can do, and both of them are really, really difficult, and they save like, I don't know, over minutes. So, yeah, people really don't like this stage for this reason. Because if you miss a jump roll here, most runs just die. There's an extendo you can do to reach the midway faster, but it's very difficult. And here you can do the consolation prize jump roll, just for the memes. It's not technically allowed in the category, but it doesn't save any time. It's just for show off. For some reason, doing jump rolls on a tire, it's much faster. Yeah, I know, right? Auto-scrollers are not fun. Every game in this franchise has its fair share of auto-scrollers, unfortunately. But it's fine. We can deal with it because the rest of the game is really fun. I should have just crouched there. be waiting here. Because I'm Donkey. I don't trust Donkey. Now Manic Minsters. First time we're gonna be using Rambi. Whether you like Rambi or not, he's not very good in this game. He's very, very clunky. And has a lot of input delay. There we go. So we just use him when we can afford to try to recover him actually. Ah, this is unfortunate. This is gonna be... I can just continue the stage, but I wanna showcase him a little bit more. We can do some precise, not really precise, but time jumps here. And then we can Yoshi him away. Never mind. He's gonna Yoshi us away. So what happened there is just I released Y for a little bit, and then basically I couldn't jump with him. That's the input delay I was talking about. If he is doing the charge animation, the horn animation, you can't jump. So we're gonna sacrifice him to the second minster here and just continue. It's fine. This part is without Rambi anyway. Do a back boost here. Yeah, Rambi was not happy to be Yoshi'd. Yeah, music in this game is really cool. Unfortunately, we can't hear most of the tracks. There's no track, for example, has a really good music that we never listen, like a really good part that we never listen to. And now Misty Mine, this stage is difficult because there's a lot of enemies spawning in your face. You gotta traverse around them, but it's really fun as well. Really difficult to do it optimally, not bonk on everywhere. Grabbing midway just in case. Here's a cool part that we can... Oh! I should not say anything before trying, because I jinx myself too often. We're gonna be abusing the... Okay, you can still do it, Donkey, it's fine. I was gonna be abusing the bounces. And here's a very tight jump. I got... Ooh. You gotta be close enough to the barrel, but not too close, otherwise you take a hit. This is, I'd say this is most people's favorite stage, Loopy Lights. This stage is really, really fun to play. Really fun to optimize as well. It has some very tricky and tight platforming. I'm gonna be a little bit quiet, let you guys enjoy. That's a very scary fire jump, because you're basically blind. You just gotta trust your muscle memory. You can see like the shape of the tire, but tricky. There we go. Now for the hardest stage in the game, Platform Perils. Also, one of my favorites. This stage has a lot of cool movement tech. Ooh, I failed that one. This stage not only has a jump roll, it also has a wrong warp that was found recently. Cool. That army can throw you sometimes. He can go to the right and bounce you off the platform. Oh! Oops. That was a desperate pause. So usually I press left there. to bounce to the right, but I pressed it slightly too late. Fine, we're just on the midway anyway. There was a desperate pause that happens sometimes when we're playing the Kissy. And these enemies can... Oh. Again, I jinxed myself. I was gonna say these enemies can only be killed with barrels. But even with barrels, they can bounce you off sometimes. I was expecting to die a couple of times in this stage because it's very difficult. There we go. This stage has some crazy optimizations that you can do if you play it right, but they are not very RTA friendly. I'm gonna go a little bit overestimate because I died more than I intended, so apologies about that. It's fine, the run itself wasn't too bad. This is the reuse of Neki. This game is not very creative about boss fights. We were gonna be sacrificing DD anyway. Fine. Now for the final fight. We have Kiru. So for this fight you can be really optimal. We usually want Donkey here, because since he has a larger hitbox and a lower jump, we can get faster hits on him. But I'm gonna be really safe in these jumps, because if I lose Donkey, I can get him back. And I'll let you guys enjoy the music. This is basically a glorified auto-scroller. When you play this game so much, you know what to do in every cycle. But we just gotta wait for the cannonballs. Yeah, the DKC boss fights are not very creative. Apologies about Cat again. He's usually not this needy in the morning. They're just enemies but larger, and then the same boss but harder. They get much better in the second and third game, for sure. Still, it's like the weak point of the franchise, I would say, because the platforming is amazing. But yeah, while the fake credits play, I can maybe give a shout out to all the DKC runners out there. And if you guys want to learn this game, or just, join the community, I would highly recommend. One of the best communities that I've ever seen out there. People are really friendly, really helpful, so feel free to join the Discord and stuff. These games are really fun to play, and really fun to speedrun. The end? Oh, he's alive! Oh no! Oh. And time is gonna be when the banana falls. And time. Okay, a little bit overestimates, but I took more damage and deaths than I thought I would. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And